This man, Derrick Todd Lee, or the Baton Rouge serial killer, stalked, killed, and raped almost 8 women. That's what was found at least. Newspapers suggested Lee was responsible for other unsolved murders in the area, but the police lacked DNA evidence to prove these connections. As a serial killer, he had many characteristics that pushed him to be the killer he was. To understand these factors about Derrick, we need to ask some questions like, how was Derrick's childhood? What were his methods of killing? And how did he get caught so late by the police? What made the investigation take many turns? Lee was born on the 5th of November, 1968. Derrick wasn't raised in a proper home. He was the second child in the family, and Derrick's father was mentally ill and left them because he was charged of attempted murder on his ex-wife and ended up in a mental institution. When his real dad disappeared, his mother married another man, who would later raise him. His stepdad was abusive towards him and his mother was so bossy and domineering. By the age of 13, Derrick would be arrested for burglarizing and vandalizing a candy store, and on the same day, he assaulted a woman in front of his mother. This kid was a real troublemaker since his childhood. Being a peeping Tom was his hobby. He became known to the police since his early age by voyeurism. He used to sneak on his neighborhood girls and observe them through windows, either changing their clothes or doing other things. And in order to collect insurance money, he set his own car into flames. Between his late teenage years and early 20s, sometime on 1988, he robbed a civilian and was arrested as an outcome, but he would shortly get out of jail. On the same year, he met Jacqueline Sims and married her. They had 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. It's said that Derrick's relationship with his wife deteriorated, since he was always in trouble and used to slap her a lot, and he once threatened her father with a gun. It was suggested in the initial profile of the Baton Rouge murders that the killer was an apathetic guy, who acted out of anger and is very controlling. He is physically a strong guy based on his ability to carry a body. He was the kind of man who could not swallow rejection from a woman, and that could lead to retaliation. Derrick was considered as average or below man if we look at his socioeconomic status. Nevertheless, he sees himself attractive, yet he was socially awkward around them. He used to spend time watching his target women from a distance, and then try to have a harmless interaction with victims, because this used to give him a thrill by taking such risk, especially with his previous arrests that involved women stalking. Derrick used to target successful and working-class women, yet random, and used to attack them mostly in their homes. He had different methods of killing, like stabbing, bludgeoning, or strangulation. Almost all of his victims were raped and used sexually before being dead. Due to inaccurate FBI profiling at first, the killer was believed to be white. Therefore, thousands of DNA tests were administered to Caucasian men in and around the area of the murders. That happened after 2 bodies were found at the Whiskey Bay boat launch, approximately 30 miles west of Baton Rouge. With no leads in the hands of the police, the appearance of a company named DNI Print Genomics that accessed later DNA left at the crime scenes indicated that the suspect was 85% African. With this, the investigation took a new course. The police were certain what they were looking for, and after, with more DNA analysis, Derrick Lee was found linked with the 21-year-old Louisiana woman death. But what really assisted the investigators in his arrest was a woman named Diane Alexander. She was the only woman that could survive Derrick's attack on her when she was in her house. She couldn't survive if her son wasn't there. As he was starting to commit the crime, the son chased him from the back door, but Derrick was quick and ran in his car. However, the son could get a description of the car. The mother helped with giving details of Derrick's description with the assistance of a sketch artist. Once Lee was identified as the primary suspect in these crimes, law enforcement located and captured him in Atlanta, Georgia. He was returned to Baton Rouge, where he was tried in August 2004 for the murder of Geraldine DeSoto, who had been found dead in her home in Addis, stabbed numerous times. On December 2004, the sentence was given out and Lee was put on death row. On January 21, 2016, Lee died while awaiting execution of his sentence. He had been housed at the Louisiana State Penitentiary at Angola, Louisiana, and experienced heart-related issues that required a pacemaker. He was transported to an area hospital where he later died.